Morning.
Good morning.
It is a beautiful October 10, Columbus Day in the US. Is it Canadian Thanksgiving Day?
I think so.
And then it's also, what is the?
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yes, there we go. Lots of days. So, quite possibly some people will opt out of working today. That wouldn't surprise me. And you and we are reflecting on our weekend, which was in many ways a non-typical weekend for us. Um, we spoke a little bit about highs and lows of the weekend. So, do we want to start with the good or the bad?
Let's start with the bad and end on the good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Do you want to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
So, so I think the bad part of the weekend. No, you know what? I have to start with the good because chronologically, that's how everything happened. Friday was great. I can't remember exactly what we did. I think we might have watched Hocus Pocus 2, but we started with Hocus Pocus 1, which is a childhood movie. I don't know if anybody remembers. It's a movie from the 90s, and now of course there's Hocus Pocus 2. So we dabbled in that a little bit, and it was just pretty normal. And then I think we were working the first part of Saturday. I'm not sure. I do remember getting a lot done, but then it all ended when I had such a just a terrible cycle come on. I had a flare up, and that's because of dysmenorrhea, which I was diagnosed with back in my college days. And it just means I become crippled. I cease to function normally. Everything kind of shuts down. But the vegan lifestyle has really changed that for me, as well as exercise. So, nutrition and exercise, and also this essential oil has really, really done wonders on my life. However, when we had company down, I went away from the diet, I went away from the exercise, and boy, did I suffer terribly, terribly. And when I suffer, poor Shankar suffers too.
Yeah.
Because, because there's no sleep for either of us. It's like the poor kid has a baby that's whining and needs all of these things. And to try to be independent, I tried to get my own water bottle because it was like 2 in the morning. And what happened? I burned the hell out of my thumb. So it looks horrendous. It looks god awful. And I screamed. It was not a very enjoyable moment. So, and then I just felt like a rotting vegetable the whole rest of the weekend in the bed. And I didn't get anything accomplished. So I just felt like I rotted my brain. So
Mhm.
those are my highs and lows. I guess to end on a higher note, I'm always grateful that I can work once I recover because I really love what I do and I love planning. I didn't really get to do much of that. So
Mhm.
those are my highs and lows.
Yeah. My low was, of course, connected to yours as well, because we did okay on Saturday, I believe, right? But then Saturday night came, and a few things coming together. First of all, you being in so much pain and tossing and turning, and me also not getting news from my mother. We usually talk every Saturday morning, and
Where
she
is your
was
mother?
in Luxembourg, yeah, in Europe. And for whatever reason, she basically went to a party, and yeah, my mother went to a party and forgot to talk to me. No, she didn't forget, but I placed the call, and for whatever reason, she didn't see the missed call. It happens, currently cell phone network issues and that kind of stuff.
But when it's like 40 weeks in a row that you talk on a certain day
Yeah,
to your overseas
I was just
parent,
worried.
yeah.
And then on top of that, because I have the location feature on where we can find each other, And so at some point, her battery died. Oh no, she told me at night she always turns the phone on flight mode because she doesn't want the rays in her bedroom. So yeah, she turned it
Is
on.
that a new thing?
No. She's always been doing that. It's just that I usually don't like stalk her out like that. So she turns it on flight mode, and the the phone vanished from the map. And what can I say? I was worried. I think lots of people found it cute. You did.
Wait, let me just explain, okay? This is really funny because he was deaf. He was. he's. You have to understand. Even though I don't understand the language of Luxembourgish, I do understand tone, and his tone was definitely one like, "Young lady, where have you been? I have been trying to contact you all weekend." And she's like, "Well, it's not what you think it is. I was okay." Well, if you were okay, why didn't you just at least let me know? I'm imagining that this is what happened, but
I was at a party. And everything was fine. So yeah, anyway.
I don't ever want that to happen again.
But long story short, I had
grateful to have a son that cares.
Yeah, that's true. I had 2 hours of sleep Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I told Andrea, while back when I was working night shifts, I was a night shift hog. And that was no problem for me at all. I remember doing 20 in a row, something crazy like that. You do start feeling like you have the flu after that time. But yeah, anyway, I can no longer recover easily from that. And so Sunday, I essentially spent trying to not sleep through the entire day, because then I got completely out of rhythm. And we conduct business 8 to 5, so I didn't want to sleep through the Sunday, which leads me into the positive elements. Did you get to the good ones?
I talked about the good things. That's to watch Hocus Pocus.
Oh, Hocus Pocus, okay. So for me, it was also in connection to watching, but
oh yeah,
because whenever you are that kind of tired in your brain, you should just start watching interesting stuff, which we did. The 2 movies, Hocus Pocus, but also on the business side, did some watching on YouTube. 2 pieces stood out. One was an interview of Mr. Beast, which, for those of you who don't know who he is, incredibly talented young individual with millions and millions of YouTube followers, a star in storytelling, really expert in storytelling. And so that was very inspirational, because just Andrea and I are content masters, and we believe that whatever you do in the future will be linked to the success will be linked to the ability of
storytelling,
how well you tell your story online on the platforms that the people you serve are on. So, of course, if that is of interest to you, go to contentmasters.club, and there's something we do there every day to help you be present.
An armadillo.
It's an armadillo?
Right beyond the...
Okay, let's go take a look.
Yeah. Turn the camera around.
Okay.
There he is.
Let me see.
Him? Right by the tree.
Yep. I'm trying to turn the camera, but
he's going.
Doesn't seem to work when we are in this mode. But we are basically observing an armadillo here, and he's so sweet. He's still there. And there he is. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna turn around and then you can see him in the background. Right. There he is. There. Do you see him? It was hard to see, but hopefully you did. Let me try again. He's hiding in the under the hedges. Okay, he's there. Okay, let's see. See? There he is. The Texas armadillo. Whoop. That's pretty awesome. Oh, they're so cute. Look how happy the armadillo is. Well, what a treat this morning, Andrea. Beautiful. He's going on a walk with us.
Yeah. Well, it's good he has a tough shell because
Yep.
he walks kind of slow and predators aren't.
Yeah, but he has a very tough shell, as you
exterior.
say. Yeah. So, where was I? Okay, yeah, Content Masters. Andrea and I were gonna create a lot more what I call raw content, which shows a little bit more of our lives, and this is part of it, actually. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I know
So,
in the past I wouldn't have necessarily gone into all of my female problems or anything
yeah.
like that, but this does affect business too because
Oh, yeah. It
if
does.
your COO is crippled for the weekend, man down, man down. Fortunately, it happened on the weekend, so he didn't have to suffer during the week. That
Yeah.
stinks. This poor guy has to take on a few more hats, and I think that we can all appreciate when we have people performing their duties and their roles. But it doesn't stop on the weekend for us. Yeah, we watched a couple of films, but you know, we always kind of, well, number one, I sort of feel like that was a little bit rare, and it was more of an ode to the culture because everyone was talking about it, and I remember it being a part of my childhood past. And I don't think you had ever seen the first Hocus Pocus, right?
I had not. No.
Yeah. So Halloween is around the corner. We decided to divulge, you know. But good golly, Miss Molly, did I miss working? Like it's like a, I don't know. It's just something that
Yeah.
becomes a part of you, and when you can't access that, just feel like you can't contribute or.
Yeah. So that's great what Mr. Beast said about that. He said, I tried Monday to Friday,
Yeah.
and I tried Monday through Saturday. I tried Monday to through Sunday. And essentially what works best for him is he said his words were, I just work all the time until I'm exhausted, and then I watch anime to recharge.
Which for him, he says is about 8 to 9 days straight, and then he takes a break.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think especially when you're a creative individual, it's really bad to cap that.
Yeah.
When anyone who does any kind of writing or production of any sort, you know that when you have an idea and you really need to get it out, that it's best to get it out, and to try to suppress that is no good. Similarly, if you can't, produce, then yeah, it's time to take a break. But I think that when you're a genius and you've got so much bubbled up in you, it's just not really a good idea to hold it down. So
Yeah.
we can relate.
So I feel the same. I feel like Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
And the other, there was just another video that I want to briefly mention, and that's one in which Robert Kiyosaki gives this teenage girl basically an interview, and she asks, so what are the biggest mistakes that young people make? And I can tell you, it's not just them, it's us too. And essentially it goes that we focus right now too much on wanting to do what we are passionate about, and I know that's kind of the going like rate for what people think is necessary today. And I can see that throughout everything in society. We want to work remote, we want to do only what we're passionate about, and we want to like do all those things.
Imagine going to school only doing what you love.
Yeah, exactly. But here's something that he said that resonates with me. You cannot always do what you love doing, right? But you should do everything with supporting one big purpose and goal in life that you are passionate about. So really, it's another way of saying, what's your why? Really become laser focused on what's your why, and understand that in order to get to your why, you need to work with reality and not your passions. And Andrea and I are fortunate enough that we love 98% of what we do in our business, but trust us, there are 2% that we really don't enjoy doing. And right now, we still need to do it. In the future, we can hire talent who does that for us. But right now, it's still us. Actually, it starts transitioning into, we have recently delegated a big task that we don't have enough experience in and that none of us feel like doing ourselves. So it starts in getting to that, right? So, yeah, I think look at that beautiful sky here.
Sunrise. What do you think about our morning walks?
Yeah, I love them. They help me wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what time is it now?
It's about 1:15.
Okay.
It took me a good, 2.5 years, I want to say, to finally convince this guy to go on morning walks.
Well, it's just so tired in the morning.
Yeah, but don't you feel more alive?
Yeah, now that I'm used to it, I feel great. Okay. Well, Andrea got me to walking every morning. That's good. And we're about to be back home, and then we'll upload this video for you and get the day started. We hope that you have a great day.